Hello everyone, welcome. It's Thursday evening, and tonight we're doing another wine from Portugal. We did one last night, one tonight. You know, they're ever increasing in popularity. The price point is perfect, $10, very good wine. This wine's rated at 90. It's rated 90 by a price club, not a price club, but by a wine club. So wine clubs, you could take it with a grain of salt sometimes. They tend to be a little higher than maybe a Robert Parker would be or a Wine Spectator would be on them. But if it's not a 90, it's an 89, okay? And it's the winemaker here is Alberto Vanzella, and it's a 14 generation family. They're noticed for their Quinto de Noval port, okay? It made one of the top 20 wines in the last century because their 31 port was spectacular. It was rated 100. They have a 94 port that they sell at $775 a bottle now, okay? Because ports, your good years, you know, your really good years, when they put a vintage year, they'll do a port. If it ain't great, they don't put a year on it. But your great vintage ports were, we did a port class once, but your great vintage ports were in our lifetime. Like say a 63, a 77, 94, 2000, 2011, right? So they don't come that often, okay? But this family, the Douro region is where the best region for ports are. And it's very hilly, extremely hilly. Almost looks mountainous, but it's right on the. It's right in. This is in the peninsula. This is on the peninsula of Peninsula di Setúbal. Okay, and it's the Vino region, and this is going to use. This is Vija de Margaritas. Okay, and this wine is three different wines, three different grapes. Okay, last night was 4. This is 3. Now this they use 40% Alicante Boucher, okay? Alicante Boucher, 40%. Then they use 30% Tougeau National. That was the wine we were talking about last night that gives it texture, and when you know you get 30%, you're gonna have it. Now, the Tougeau National is what they use in their ports, okay? And that's what they're noted for, okay? And then you have a 30% Shiraz. Okay. Now the climate in this area is not as dry and arid as was in the arid yesterday in the area, the other region, the Aljoujou region, because that's more of a rural. This is right, you know, in the peninsula, hilly. You know, it's beautiful old castles and it's old Mediterranean style. You know, it's just beautiful. It's a fishing village right by it, but they get the great. Once again, see, now they got, what Long Island doesn't have, they have the Atlantic breezes, but they got high cliffs and bluffs. So if they're on the other side of the bluff, okay, they have the sun coming in on it. They have great sunshine. Low rain in the summer and harvest time, okay? Like the heat goes up and the rain goes down and the breezes come in. So it's perfect. You got hot to warm days, cooler evenings. So everything works extremely well here for them, you know. That's why, and they know what they're doing. It's, you know, he's a 14th generation. When we talk about generational families, and they go to good schools, they learn. They don't just, you know, they work the farm and then they go and they learn. They're excellent managers, excellent business people, and they, well, you stay around for 14 generations, you got to be doing something right, okay? So. We'll open this. This is a twist off, okay? Because this wine, you drink this wine between now and in 2023, okay? You can drink this 23, 24. It's a 2006. It's about 8 years. Perfect because it's 8 years old. If this was 2018 and 19, it might be a little too. Although, like last night's was okay. It was rounded, okay? But this is now one of the largest importers. Well. Not the largest, but the largest growing is Canada. Canada increased their imports of Portuguese wines by their table wines by 45% in the last couple of years. Now, England and Ireland have always been big buyers in Germany of the ports, and now Portugal wines. Everybody's buying Portugal wines because you see a lot of the Irish and the English come over and they they vacation there because it's beautiful weather. It's seaport towns. And it's a cheap, it's not expensive and it's a reasonable flight. So, and you get, and the soil is what we like. What did we say? We're gonna have a test one of these days, okay? Sand and limestone, But these elevations, this looks like almost looks like a black diamond when you see these hills. I mean, they really roll off. This is not your, it's not a green. It's a blue or a black. Now the right glass for this is a pear-shaped glass. This is what you want when you're drinking. This, and this is the bottle. If anybody wants to see. Okay. It's got my berries, cherries, and vanilla. But it's got vanilla, not chocolate. I don't. Might have to eat chocolate with it. It's got some chocolate. It's got some flavor in there. You see the color? It's ruby red. And that's because, almost all Portugal's wines they call them ruby reds, dark red, dark cherry. They're not like a plum because they're more like, they always have that red in them, but it's, well, that's nice. High alcohol too, it's 14. These are 14.5%, Boy, it's got something nice in it. It's like a licorice. See the legs on it? I don't know if you can see them, but see, it's got stuff working. It's a nice wine. A little different than last night. A little more assertive. Not as round as last night's, maybe. It's rich. It's rich and ripe. That's what it's assertive. It's rich. It's like a, it's got the cherry. I'd say medium tannins. It's a nice, comfortable wine. It's more awakening than last night's. It stays with you, has a little more cherry. I have to go back and have a little bit of the last night's to see. It's a nice wine. See, now this is a nice wine. These wines, I mean, you can probably get this for $9, $10. When they first came out, it was if you go into some places, you look this up on a wine thing tonight, you'll see it 18. You can get it for 10. I think Stu Leonard's probably have it for 10. Some of your bigger places will have it, and most places will have it for 11. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a nice wine. So that's our little Portugal run. Okay. I want everybody to have a good night. We get this one done fast. I'm trying to move them along a little quicker. Okay. And let's do the right thing. Okay. Keep our distances. We don't need the numbers going up. We need them coming down. Okay. Just be smart. You know when you're doing wrong. Wear the mask. Wear the gloves. Stay your distance. And continue to pray for people. Continue to pray for the world. Continue to be thankful for what we have, and for our first responders that are doing everything for us. Okay, our doctors, our nurses, and everybody else. Well, take care.